Hey guys, it's finally time for the Super Rugby Aotearoa final. It's going to be a big one between the Crusaders and the Chiefs. Both of them equally deserving to be in this final. Everyone knows the Crusaders are always favourites when it comes to the finals, but I do think this Chiefs side do have a shot in this one because both teams essentially had a bye last weekend. If you do look at the starting teams, you'll understand why I say both had a bit of a bye, because the Chiefs, most of their side was rested last week. It was only Bryn Gatland and Soakula that played last weekend. Up front, it is a big battle with the props Ta'avao and Ross, both of them scrumming really well this season. They are up against Michael Alaalatoa and then George Bauer. Cody Taylor versus Takiao. Takiao, I think he's had a good season so far. Really a barnstorming runner. Cody Taylor, that's a guy you always pick in your fantasy side because he runs with the ball, gets a lot of meters for a hooker, and gets a couple of tries, not just from the back of a maul. Then we go to the two locks. The Chiefs do change something over there. Arcoy isn't starting in the number 5. Instead, they move Brown from 6 to number 5, which is strange to me because Arcoy is probably one of their standout performers in the front of their pack. He's really one of those guys that really just gets the ball through with his hands. He just brings a bit of intensity to the game as well. In the locks, it will be a big battle though, because they are up against Barrett and Whitelock. Barrett and Whitelock, in my opinion, actually not having the best season as a lock partnership. Actually, Vai and Arcoy is probably one of the best locking partnerships in New Zealand at the moment. Vai also one of those guys bringing a little bit of flair into the lock as well. But of course, that partnership of the Crusaders, they have been in a lot of finals before. Then at number 6, Suakula, he moves from number 8 to number 6. That's to make space for Jacobson at number 8. Blackadder in number 6 for the Crusaders. Boschia at number 7. He's been impressive since coming back from his long-term injury. We want to see what he does this weekend again. Havili Talatui, he's in number 7. The two flankers, I have to say, the Chiefs do have two good flankers there. Cullen Grace, he's had a good season so far. Probably not as good as he was last year. Luke Jacobson, like I said, is at number 8. In loose forward battles, you always have to look at the Crusaders because they are always dangerous there. But I have to say the Chiefs' loose forwards do look a bit better. At number 9, Mitch Drummond. He's a guy that's been in a couple of finals before. Brad Weber, the nippy number 9, will try and challenge the line and will probably get a couple of clean breaks in the game as well. Bryn Gatland, he retains his position at number 10. There was this bit of a feeling of Damien McKenzie. Will he play at number 15? Will he play at number 10? Since the last 2 weeks or so, things have changed. Mahunga, he's at number 10 against Gatland. Gatland has been managing the Chiefs side quite well. Last week, probably not as well with a bit of a second stringer side for the Chiefs. But in that other game, Damien McKenzie was kind of playing the first receiver role a bit too much, and that he did say afterwards that he did apologize a couple of times to Gatland, and when Gatland did start controlling the game more, they did end up winning it. So Damien McKenzie at number 15 will be playing that second playmaking role. Then we go to the number 12s. Havili has had a brilliant season at number 12. Nankivil, a hard-running number 12. You have to really look out for him. He can really bust a couple of tackles. Anton Leonard-Brown at number 13 versus Fainga Anuku. Also, two hard runners of the ball. You want to see how they will go up against each other. Anton Leonard-Brown at number 13. He is a very good defender. Very good defensive organizer as well. So the Chiefs will try and get their defense sorted because that outside backs of the Crusaders are probably the most dangerous in the competition, with Will Jordan, Sevu Reece and George Bridge, all of which can score tries. Will Jordan, always pick him in your team as well if you play fantasy because he will score a try. Sevu Reece, this is the type of games he does score tries as well as Bridge. So all around try scorers. For the Chiefs, Jonah Lowe and Nanai Satoro, both of them have been good but not brilliant. Both of them not scoring too many tries so far. Nanai Satoro on the park, he has been brilliant with a couple of steps evading players in front of him, but the two wingers not scoring too many tries. Damien McKenzie missed the clutch at the back. He's been brilliant as well. Since getting that mullet, he's been in all sorts of good form. Not that normal Damien McKenzie is not in good form. So the two guys that really you have to look out for in this game is Damien McKenzie and Mahunga, because they are the guys that will be slotting penalties to win games in this one. On the bench, like I said, with the Chiefs, they are fielding their starting team again. The whole bench is different again. Slater, Norris, and Mafaleo being the front row for the Chiefs. McAllister, Williams, and Jaeger. Williams and Jaeger probably a bit more inexperienced than the Chiefs front row, so the Chiefs might feel that they have a chance here. At number 19, that's actually quite a big battle because Dunshire and Arcoy could easily start in any team as a lock, so it's a brilliant battle over there. Number 20, Capelli and Sanders. Bryn Hall at number 21 versus Tahuri Orangi. Tahuri Orangi had a good game last week at starting scrum half. Pohipi at number 22 versus McLeod. Tia at number 23. Hopefully this week he does start. Last time out he was picked and he didn't actually get game time. Then Eno, he's back from his injury and it's a big call to bring him back for a final. He's been missing for quite a while, but he's the type of guy you have to look out for. He's hungry probably for a good game, for a couple of tries. So the Chiefs, they will look out for him. Overall, I do think the two benches are pretty similar, pretty strong overall. So guys, getting into prediction time. The Chiefs, they are 5 from 8 for the season. The Crusaders, 6 from 8. The Chiefs, they were actually on a 5-game winning streak last week out. They lost though, but that was a second team. The last time the Chiefs and the Crusaders did play, the Crusaders did end up losing to the Chiefs by 1 point, and that was 3 weeks ago. This time out again, the Chiefs, they have to win in Christchurch. They haven't done that since 2016. Essentially, both teams had a bye last week, so they had 2 weeks to prepare for this one. I'm not going to go for the Chiefs to win this one because we just know what the Crusaders can do in a final, though I do think the Chiefs do actually have a shot in this one to win a final, probably better than most teams would have had if they were in this final. So I'm going to go with the Crusaders to win this one by 5 points. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Also, check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.